I mean, Bannon has promised that he is essentially going to bring down Musk, that he is going to destroy Musk, that he is going to fight Musk's influence in the Trump administration until the bitter end over this issue. Steve Bannon is one of the more interesting figures in recent American history. You know, he's had a career that starts off in the military, works for Goldman Sachs as an investment banker, spends the 90s as something of a filmmaker and working in other roles, but achieves his greatest prominence as someone who is on the board of the controversial right-wing American publication Breitbart, this online publication that is very much shaping the far right. And in the course of doing that, when Donald Trump begins to make noise in 2012 and 2011 that he's interested in politics, Bannon becomes an influential ally and is building a kind of political approach, Trump's political approach, that's framed in America First, America for Americans, jobs for Americans. And in Bannon, Trump finds a powerful ally who has an understanding, a rhetorical understanding of what populism means and how to promote it and sell it to people. And when Trump runs for president in 2016, Bannon is sort of the mastermind of that campaign. He's a White House advisor when Trump takes office. And the great drama of Trump's first term is really the fall of Steve Bannon as an advisor. And it's such a great fall that after he falls, he, like so many Trump associates in that first term, is tied to various crimes. Bannon ends up serving time and recently has gotten out of prison only this year. He's a much reduced figure in terms of power, but not in terms of rhetorical power. And Bannon, looking at the state of play after Trump's election in 2024, where he's very much allied with tech billionaires, Bannon feels like this is an incredibly terrible thing.
There you've got a man who really understands messaging. He's on one side of the argument. On the other side, just explain how his America First, build a wall, quite nativist politics, how does that mindset compare with Elon Musk's?
Well, Elon Musk, he's probably the singular figure of our times, just in terms of his strange journey from South Africa to the United States into the tech world. But Elon Musk is the polar opposite of Steve Bannon. Elon Musk is literally someone that comes to the United States to study technology, to study economics. He ends up post-graduation working in the tech sector. And there's actually a lot of confusion over Elon Musk's immigration status. How is it that he's working or applying for jobs in Silicon Valley? Is he on a student visa? Is he received one of these H-1B tech visas? What's going on? So he's actually very much a product of this immigration system it's going to be so controversial here. But Musk is someone who founds multiple companies, right? But for the most part, Musk was interested in free speech, free markets, less regulation of AI, less regulation of the tech market generally, and finds, I suppose, it seems, finds a kindred spirit in Donald Trump to the extent that Musk, the world's richest man, somewhere around $400 billion or something like that, is bankrolling large chunks of the Trump campaign in the waning months. And so by the time Trump is winning, Musk is appointed to this sort of non-governmental advisory agency, the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, in charge of finding efficiencies in the budget, finding efficiencies, things to cut, and so forth. And so he's going to play an important role, kind of an advisory role in the way that Bannon did in the first term in this coming administration. But these two men are diametrically opposed. And so this tension, this fundamental tension is set up going into the 2024, 2025 second Trump administration. Who is Trump going to side with?
A lot of those tensions between those different factions have come to the fore over the most unlikely cause, something called an H-1B visa. Just spell out exactly what it is and why it's so important to both sides.
Well, the H-1B visa allows someone to maintain a residence and work in the United States. Specifically, this designation is tied to specialty work. And it's a way to import very, skilled, very educated workers from other countries. We have 580,000 of these or so in circulation in the U.S. And it's something that Trump in June of this year said, not only do we support the H-1B program, but we believe that anyone that's getting a college degree in the United States should be able to stay here and work. Let's keep the brainpower in the United States. It's a radical and very much an internationalist statement, and that, blows up in this current controversy over the appointment of an Indian-born individual to an AI advisor position that it should not be very public-facing and should not be all of that controversial. But it's an important way for tech barons like Elon Musk, who was himself, an immigrant worker to the United States, working in the tech sector at one point in time. It's very important to them filling out their workforces, particularly in the lower ranks.
And it's something that Elon Musk has been very vocal about. He's taken to X a number of times to explain why he thinks this is such an important visa and why he's such a big supporter. Just tell us a bit about what he's been saying.
Yes, that's right. That's right. He's talked about using this as a way of filling out your teams, like in the NBA, with all of the best players around the world, which is something people can understand right now because the NBA, America's basketball league, is filled with all of the best players around the world. You can watch the Denver Nuggets or something, and their best player is like from Slovenia or something like that. And he gives that specific example. So this way, our companies can fill out their teams with all the best performers around the world. And why would you do anything to alter a program like that when this is how we get the best top talent in all of these fields?
It's a good messaging device. On the other hand, Steve Bannon, a man known for his messaging and for having the ear of an awful lot of the MAGA grassroots, he's been hugely critical of this visa program, and he's been quite critical of Elon Musk too. It's all culminated in an interview where he used pretty strong language about Musk. Just tell us what he was saying.
Yeah. Bannon has promised that he is essentially going to bring down Musk, that he is going to destroy Musk, that he is going to fight Musk's influence in the Trump administration until the bitter end over this issue, and has seen the H-1B visa program as something that is, antithetical to the whole America First concept.
That's The Story from The Times and The Sunday Times. Listen and follow wherever you get your podcasts.